Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is a bonus Laurel Ridge Community College episode today. We are on the Zooms with Brandy Hawkins Boies. She is Director of Communications and Outreach for Laurel Ridge Community College. She's actually in Jamaica right now, along with Kathy Kantor, who is one of my favorite Rotarians. Sorry, Tammy Stevenson, but Kathy is up there pretty close. And they are there on a mission trip with 3 recent graduates from the Dental Hygienist program at Laurel Ridge Community College. We're going to talk to them in the next segment. But Brandy, I want to start with you and say thank you for thinking to call me to record a show while you're in Jamaica, of all places.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for making it happen and connecting with us.
So tell me a little background about this program. How is it that Laurel Ridge ended up on mission trips with these dental hygiene students?
So I've had the pleasure of being a Rotarian for a little over 20 years. And about 10 years ago, I remember, I'm sure I heard it before then, but ears started to perk up a little bit more hearing Kathy talk about Rotary's work in Jamaica with the dental clinic. And at that time, I was in student life. And one of the things I had been concentrating on was getting opportunities for our students to do alternative spring break trips or any travel type of service experiences. And I started to connect, well, we have a dental hygiene program and there's dental work happening in Jamaica. So I went into the class of 2018. They started in fall of 2016, the dental hygiene class, after Kathy and I had brainstormed the idea. And we went in and presented this idea to them and said, hey, there's an opportunity to go do some service in Jamaica when you graduate. And at that time, I really didn't know much. I knew a little bit that Kathy had told me, but I gave them the bare bones. I don't know where we'd stay right now. I don't know how it would look, but are you willing to take a risk? And they did. And thanks to the support of Rotarians and Rotary groups in our region, we were able to bring 4 students in 2018. And now we're back in 2026. Because of COVID and other things that unfolded, we haven't been able to get back, but we're proud to be back. We're having a great time this year. So the dental hygiene program takes 18 students every 2 years. It's a very competitive program. These students study a lot. They have a lot of stress on them. So to add this layer on top of it, these are really unique students that want to take on that extra challenge to fundraise and make it happen right after graduation.
Kathy, as a former Rotarian, I'm somewhat familiar with its international work that Rotary does, but how did you come to be involved in this and then Rotary in general?
Byron and I have traveled to Jamaica for 35 years. So we knew Jamaica and we knew the need. And as we progressed in Rotary and found out what various opportunities were out there, in 2015, we wrote what was called a global grant. And that was to further develop in a partnership an eye and dental clinic in Jamaica. So the first big grant was written in 2015, and that's probably when Brandy began to hear me say, hey, this is what we're doing, because basically you needed money. So our local Rotary clubs, Woodstock, Front Royal, Warren County, Winchester, Strasburg, we all went together and did that grant. So everybody was aware of the process. And that was really the beginning for us truly practicing, because as you know, you can't do dentistry without the heavy basic equipment. And so that's what these grants, the first one provided more, but also to an eye clinic. The second one we just did provided 3 more mobile units. And that's actually what the students used this time. 3 mobile units in a container that has been converted to a dental office. And that again is a partnership.
For the students and the graduates that you're taking with you on these mission trips, it comes in really handy that it's basically set up for them when they get there. You're not having to ship equipment, any of that sort of thing. They're only having to bring the disposables that they would need with them on each particular trip.
That's correct. And the model that we use also will allow dentists, offices, other teams to come in and use the equipment. That was the design of the program, and it actually is working. 2 other groups have already used our equipment. So again, back to the Rotary idea of partnerships, you can get much more done, and that truly is what's necessary. We have the support of the Negril, Rotary Club, which is a club right here that actually supports us. The woman that manages the actual clinic that we use is a Rotarian. So it takes a lot of people to make this happen. So you're exactly right. You have to have the big stuff here.
So we're doing something a little unusual today in that we are recording this conversation just hours before it is about to air. And you are in your last day of service on this trip. Tell me a little bit, Kathy, about who you've seen and what you've done in the last 4 days.
Well, clinically, the graduate hygienists have seen over 100 patients, and that is a true full cleaning exam, oral hygiene instruction, just like a patient would receive in an office at home. So that's what they did, clinical service for 4 days. And now on the 5th day, we're going to go up into the hills outside of Negril to a school called Revival. And it's actually a community initiative. And the school has about 275 children ages 3 to 6 in the basic, and then 6 to 12 in the primary. And we will teach each class how to brush their teeth, good nutrition, what they can do to protect their teeth, hands-on to each classroom. So each class will have a chance to ask questions of the hygienist. And it will be for probably 50% of these children the first time they've had any interaction with a dental professional. And I would say half of the patients that the students saw were probably the first time they've had their teeth cleaned as an adult. They maybe would have had them checked at a school visit by somebody, but dental care is very difficult here, very expensive.
And I think that's the beauty of you spending this last day at the school, because by teaching these children at a young age what they need to do as a preventive measure, you may over time not have to see them in the clinic for issues or problems later.
Absolutely. Always the objective.
So since these mission trips are every few years, I'm assuming that you and Rotary clubs are fundraising for them year round?
2016 is when we started the effort, and myself and the students would go around and present to Rotary clubs, and we did and have received a lot of support from those Rotarian clubs in our region. And then we raised again the class of 2020 that came in 2018. We started raising money, and a lot of that funds was from Rotary. But then COVID hit. We had our airlines purchased, and we had to cancel that trip, and we've had some of that funding sitting there for the last few years. So this time around, we were able to say, okay, it's time to go back. These 3 students raised their hands, said we're in. And again, the support of Rotary clubs, like to give a shout out to the Woodstock Rotary Club and the Strasburg Rotary Club for coming in and giving us our last dollars needed to make it a reality. But yeah, we heavily rely on Rotary support. It's not necessarily something that they budget each year. That is a goal we would like to maybe work towards so that we can ensure that every 2 years we have the funding there. So that is a goal we're working towards.
Let's take a break. When we come back, let's meet these 3 women that you have brought with you on this trip and talk a little bit to them about their experience. Can we do that in the next segment?
Absolutely.
We're on the Zooms today, live-ish from Jamaica of sorts. Well, I'm not. I'm still in my kitchen, so I'm a little annoyed that Brandy gets to be in Jamaica and I'm still here in Middletown. Brandy Hawkins Boies is joining me. She is Director of Communications and Outreach for Laurel Ridge Community College. Kathy Kantor, local Rotarian, is on the Zooms with us as well. When we come back, we're going to meet Stacey Escobar, Dahye Seo, and Nataly Hernandez and talk about their experiences on this mission trip. So hang in there just a couple of more minutes.
Okay, what are you doing with your kids all summer? I can't do another screen time marathon every time it's too hot outside or I need to work.
Same. That's why I signed mine up for Typewriter Studio camps.
Oh, I've seen that place. In Old Town Winchester. It's cute. Art, right?
Yeah, but way more than that. Confidence, goals, history, culture, with real art educators. And different camps every week. My kids actually grow there.
Wait, what ages?
1st through 8th grade, June through August. Half or full day. And you can even stack with the Discovery Museum.
Okay, that's smart.
Starts at just $180 with sibling discounts, so both of yours can go.
Send me that link.
Already did. It's typewriterstudio.org. Oh, and use code FULLDAY at checkout for 15% off the PM camps.
Don't waste another summer. Have your kid explore, play, create cool art, and build friendships in a safe, creative space with limited class sizes and licensed teachers. Visit typewriterstudio.org and click Summer Camps. Use code FULLDAY at checkout for 15% off the PM Camp. Additional savings for members.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. It is a bonus episode of Laurel Ridge Community College. Today, Brandy Hawkins Boies is joining me. She is their Director of Communications and Outreach. She is actually in Jamaica right now on a mission trip with 3 recent graduates of the Dental Hygienist program at Laurel Ridge Community College. Kathy Kantor is with her as well. She is our local Rotarian extraordinaire. So we're going to talk to these recent graduates. We're going to start with Stacey Escobar. So Stacey, tell me a little bit about your background. How did you end up in this program and why did you want to do this trip?
So I've been in the dental field for 16 years now. 14 of them, I was a dental assistant. And in that time, I really just fell in love with dentistry in general. And I realized the impact of oral health and how sometimes we take it for granted, especially back at home. And so this mission trip was really important because, like Kathy said, education is the biggest part of all of this. And being able to see people who have never maybe been to the dentist before, being able to see them and give them the same level of care that we give patients back home to them, they really appreciate it. And who knows how long it'll be until they can get a dental cleaning again. So that's really what made the biggest impact to me, that we were able to do that for them.
So I realize that I'm about to ask you what's been your favorite thing so far, and knowing that you have not yet gone to this elementary school, which likely will probably top whatever you may tell me right now. But what has been your favorite thing so far?
When you come into this kind of environment, you don't know actually what you signed up for. So being able to see how organized it is and being able to know that these kinds of units that we're working with exist and we're able to still provide the same level of care to these patients, I think that was like the biggest. I just enjoyed that a lot, and being able to see the amount of patients that we saw too, that was really rewarding as well.
What is next for you? You've graduated from the program. You were already in the dental field. What are your plans?
So the practice I've been with on and off for 10 years, I'll be going back with them and I'll be working in Burke, Virginia.
So you're still staying somewhat local.
Yes, I am.
I wish you all the luck in the world, and thank you for taking a couple of minutes to chat with me this morning.
Thank you.
Dahye Seo is up next on the hot seat. So Dahye, tell me a little bit about your background and why you wanted to be on this mission trip.
So 7 years ago, I decided to study dental hygiene program, and I started from ESL. And of course, I have 2 kids, but I didn't want to give up my new career. Now I'm here, and I started the dental hygiene program 2 years ago. And then this beautiful lady, Brandy, came to our classroom, introduced herself, and then she talked about mission trip. And then that has been always on my bucket list, that I love to help people. And then like when I heard about mission trip, like that's it, that's what I want. And I just didn't have any idea how to approach or how to do that. But as soon as I heard it, okay, this is it. And then that was the day one that has been in my mind until I graduate. And I just joined it and I love it.
What has been your favorite part of the trip so far? What have you learned?
Their smile after their cleaning, like they smile big and they genuinely appreciated what we do. Yeah, that was my favorite part. And then some patients, they cry, like, can you hug me? Yeah, can you take a picture with me? Something like that. That has been great.
I imagine that one of your favorite parts of this trip is going to be that visit to the school later this morning. That's going to be a highlight, I think, for you.
Absolutely, since I have 2 kids.
So what's next for you now that you've graduated the program? What are your career plans?
I already signed the contract papers with the 2 offices, so I'm gonna go see my family in June and July. Once I come back, I'm gonna start working in the 2 offices, Fairfax County and Loudoun County.
Thank you for taking the time this morning, and I wish you good luck on your career path.
Thank you very much.
So, up next, we're going to talk with Nataly Hernandez. She, too, is a recent graduate of the dental hygienist program at Laurel Ridge Community College. So, Nataly, give me a little bit of your background and tell me why you wanted to be on this mission trip.
Well, my family dentist really encouraged me into the dental field. I was that kid that loved to get their teeth cleaned and loved going to the dentist. So he just fueled that fire. And in 2023, I did the dental assisting program at Laurel Ridge, and I assisted for a year before starting the hygiene program.
And then when this mission trip opportunity presented itself, were you all in from the beginning? Did you want to go? Did you have to think about it? Why sign up for this?
I probably should have thought about it, but I really didn't. I was like, add my name to the list, and now I'm here. No regrets so far. I'm really excited that I was able to come, and I'm looking forward to hopefully doing it again.
What has been your favorite thing so far? What have you learned?
My favorite thing, I think, is just the amount of patients we're able to get in. There's such a need here for oral health and for dental care, and we have been able to see over 100 patients, and that's just not something we would normally do. So being able to help so many people at one time is very rewarding.
Did you expect the need to be as high when you got there?
Yes and no. Even where we are near Middletown, when we're working in the school, we see patients just to get our practice in, and even some patients near us don't really truly know how to take care of their oral health. And so coming here where the need is even higher, I'm not really surprised. We have more resources back at home than they do here.
So, what's next for you now that you are an official graduate?
Well, obviously, I'll be heading to work, but I'm actually coming back with a different group to do a different mission trip here in Jamaica. So I'm really excited to come back in about a month.
That is fantastic. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me a bit today.
Of course.
Brandy, I want to go back to something that Nataly just said when she talked about seeing patients at the campus in Middletown. I'm not sure a lot of people know that that is an option, right? Don't you do cleanings and things for people so that these students can get some lab hours?
Yeah, it's a big part of the program, and they would love for me to plug this, I'm sure. They're always looking for individuals, volunteers to come in for free cleaning. That's how they practice. To find out more, you can visit our website, laurelridge.edu/dental. And the next class would be thrilled to have people on the waiting list to call.
So the next class will start in August, and then it's a 2-year program. Will you go in and talk to them about this mission trip at the beginning of their 2 years, or will you wait until they're closer to graduation to talk about going again in 2028?
Oh no, I attacked them first day during orientation because it really, I mean, that's how I got these three ladies first day. But I certainly don't, I present it very much as an option, no pressure. You've got a very rigorous program you're getting ready to dive into that's going to require a lot of your attention. But if you'd like to pursue this opportunity, we can start talking about it now. So yeah, we really do have to start talking about it and planting that seed in August because we're going to need to start fundraising. As you know, the cost of flights, the hotel, things like that are just getting higher and higher. So it does require us thinking about the funding and going out there and looking for donations.
Kathy, before we wrap up, I want to ask you because these girls are talking about going back and doing this again. Isn't that what you hope for when Rotary puts a program together, that you don't ever want these things to be a one-off? So how cool is that for you to hear?
It's absolutely cool. And they already know that Byron and I come with various teams 3 times a year. They are welcome to join. And that's what we have to do, is get the word out that this is an ongoing Rotary opportunity or mission opportunity. If your church or other group wants to support oral hygiene health in Jamaica, we have a spot for you. We are involved with other teams as well. So to hear them say they want to come back and join a team, that's great.
How would people reach out to you, Kathy? If someone's listening today and they're like, hey, I want to get my church group together and go with them on one of these trips, would they reach out to you through Rotary? How would they get in contact with you?
Absolutely. Rotary's the perfect way. Strasburg Rotary. We have a website. We have a Facebook page, or Brandy through Laurel Ridge. she can always find me.
Got her on speed dial, don't you, Brandy?
Yes, absolutely. Works both ways.
Brandy, thank you for taking time. I will say taking time out of your trip twice, because we tried to have this conversation yesterday and I had a technical failure. So I appreciate that you were willing to do this one more time. I think this is a fantastic program, and I am so excited to be able to let people know that these are some of the things that you can experience by being a student at Laurel Ridge Community College.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us. It's an amazing opportunity to travel outside of your comfort zone, give back, but also dive into your profession. And so these 3 students have not only had the opportunity to serve, but also practice in real life and hone those skills in a different way. Jamaica's a little bit different, and bring that back home. So they're going back home into their profession even more confident than they already were when they walked across the stage. So it's awesome to see.
So before we wrap up the show today, I have to remind everybody, I know I reminded you last Friday, and I apologize because I had my weekends confused, but this Saturday, tomorrow, as you're listening on Friday afternoon, the drone show at Jim Barnett Park is happening. Head over to Winchester City Park's Facebook page. All the details are there about parking, and it's a free admission. You don't have to pay anything, and it's something in the neighborhood of 250 drones are going to be putting on a show. It is definitely going to be something that you're going to want to see. So make sure you check that out this weekend. And then I will meet you back here on Monday for a brand new episode of The Valley Today, just a few minutes after noon. So meet me here then.